or step on the scale to see how much you weigh. It's much the same with our whales.
Throughout tonight's experience, you'll see the killer whales moving together in unison. These synchronized behaviors help strengthen social bonds and allow them to problem solve as a group. This is just another reason why they're known as the ocean's top predator. Their scientific name is Orca. Their common name is killer whale. Our 5 killer whales have their own unique and personal names: Kamea, Sakari, Takara, and joining us right out front are Tuar and Kayuke. Kamea is our youngest whale at just 9 years old. Takara is our oldest whale at 32 years old. She's also the matriarch of our pod, which means she's the leader. These whales trust us and take an active role in their own health and well-being. Through the use of positive reinforcement training techniques, we're able to teach them husbandry or healthcare behaviors. Joining us at the slide out tonight are trainers Kylan and Casey to help demonstrate some of these behaviors. One of the very first behaviors we train our whales is what's called a fluke present. And that's where the whale will present their tail flukes to the trainer, just as Tuar is demonstrating right now. In this position, this not only gives us a look at their entire underside of their bodies, but it also gives us access to the easy-to-see shallow veins located on the underside of their tail flukes. Once a month, our veterinarians are able to collect blood samples from these very veins, and the whales are conditioned to stay calm throughout the entire procedure. Throughout tonight's experience, you may notice the trainers giving back rubs, tail massages, or even pectoral flipper massages. Killer whales have very sensitive skin, and this is just another way we can strengthen our relationships with them. Another very important diagnostic tool is knowing how much each animal weighs. So once a week, we ask our whales to slide out onto a killer whale size scale located in one of our adjacent pools. We ask this by asking for a behavior called a slide out, just as Kayuke will demonstrate here in just a moment. In this position, you may notice from the dorsal fin all the way down to the tail flukes, and still in the water, that's called the peduncle, and it is packed full of powerful muscle that can weigh several hundred pounds. So in order to get an accurate weight, we simply ask him to lift his head and tail up out of the water. And that's how we know as of Tuesday morning, Kayuke is weighing in at 9,820 pounds. It's important to know the weights of our animals to ensure our younger whales like Kamea are growing appropriately, and our older whales like Kayuke here are maintaining a healthy weight. All of these husbandry behaviors ensure that our whales are healthy and thriving.
And the care isn't just physical. Mental stimulation and play are vital, and we surprise and engage with our whales at every opportunity. Play is how killer whales teach their young to hunt, and for the adults, play is important too. It seems that they just enjoy having fun. Making time for play is an important part of life for killer whales, and for us.
Observational learning and mimicry play a critical role in the life of a killer whale. From the moment that they're born, they learn necessary life skills by watching their mothers or other members of their pod by mimicking their movements. Here at SeaWorld, they mimic our movements, kind of like a game of follow the leader. So down in the glass, we have our new friend Puka, and she's hanging out with Tuar. We're going to learn more about that observational learning. So why don't you give a big wave to Tuar, and let's see what happens. And would you look at that? He's waving right back at you. Killer whales have excellent eyesight, both above and below the water, and we'll often see our whales spy hopping or jumping completely out of the water to get a better view of their surroundings. So we're going to ask Tuar for a behavior called a sighting bow tonight. So they're going to go ahead and give that hand signal. And Tuar is off, and he is now diving down to the bottom of this 40-foot habitat to jump out in the center. This is Tuar. That was awesome. Now we're on the other side of the stadium with our other friend Daniel, and he's hanging out with Kayuke. We're going to learn more about how killer whales communicate. Killer whales communicate in a variety of different ways, and one of those ways is through the use of vocalizations. So let's ask Kayuke to help us out with that tonight. That sounded great! believe when a whale leaps out of the water and jumps and crashes back down on the surface, it's a way of making their presence known. You see, sound travels 4.5 times faster in the water than it does through air. So when they crash back down on the surface, that's called a breach, and it can be heard for miles around. So they're gonna ask that from Cayuga tonight, and he is off. He's using those powerful tail flukes to propel himself through the water. Daniel, why don't you take a scooch closer to the glass so you can see what he's doing? Don't worry if you lose sight of him. You'll see him again soon. Oh, Daniel! What happened?
deep is deep, so much mystery.